All right, let's just jump right in with this incredible line from author Elizabeth Gilbert. I mean, think about that. She doesn't try to fight her fear or, pretend it's not there. Nope, she writes it a letter, basically saying, hey, I know you're coming along for the ride. You always do. It completely changes the game.
So Gilbert gives us this absolutely brilliant metaphor for how to handle fear. A road trip. The destination? That's your creative goal. And riding shotgun, of course? That's your creativity. But who's in the back seat? Yep, it's fear. And it's probably complaining that it has to go to the bathroom.
And this, right here, is the key to her entire philosophy. It's so powerful. You don't waste energy trying to kick fear out of the car. Come on, that's a battle you're just never going to win. Instead, you just redefine its role. Fear is allowed to be here, but it is absolutely not in charge. It's just a passenger. And she gets super specific about it. She lays out these non-negotiable ground rules. Fear can have a seat. It can even have a voice. It can scream. It can panic. It can tell you all the ways you're going to fail from the back seat. But it does not get a vote. It can't touch the maps. It can't suggest detours. And it is definitely not allowed to touch the radio. You and creativity, you're the only ones making the decisions here.
It's a really beautiful idea, right? Putting fear in the back seat. But it turns out it's actually more than just a lovely metaphor. There is a deep scientific reason why letting fear take the wheel is, well, it's a catastrophic mistake for anyone trying to create something new.
So let's shift gears for a minute. We're going to go from the art of managing fear to the actual science of it. Because when you look under the hood, you start to see what's really going on in our brains when fear and creativity collide. And it is fascinating.
Okay, so the key concept we need to get is something called implicit bias. You can think of these as the attitudes that are running on autopilot, way down deep, totally outside of our conscious awareness. They're these little mental shortcuts that our brain uses, and they can have a huge effect on our decisions without us even having a clue.
So, these researchers set up this really clever experiment. They wanted to know, could certain feelings, certain emotions, actually unconsciously make us reject new ideas, even if we consciously say we value them?
And this really gets to the heart of the conflict. Outwardly, of course, we all say we love creativity, we praise innovation, but inwardly, deep down, our brain's ancient survival wiring, it craves certainty. It wants safety. And new ideas, well, by their very nature, they are the opposite of certain. And that creates this hidden bias against the very thing we think we want.
So here's what the study did. They got people into different emotional states. Some felt anger, some happiness, and some, you guessed it, fear. Then, they asked them all to rate the creativity of some new product ideas. The results were pretty shocking.
I mean, just look at this data. It's so clear. The people feeling anger or happiness, which are both emotions that have a high degree of certainty to them, they actually rated the ideas as more creative. But the people who were feeling fear, the ultimate high uncertainty emotion, they rated the exact same ideas negatively. They literally could not see the creativity that was right in front of them.
And that is the crucial takeaway. When fear is in the driver's seat, it's not just making you feel nervous, it is actively changing your perception. It's like it puts on this pair of glasses that filters out anything new, anything innovative, making you shoot down creative ideas without even knowing why you're doing it.
And this brings us right back around, connecting the hard science to Gilbert's beautiful metaphor. The real reason fear is such a terrible driver is that creativity's entire journey is about driving into the unknown, and uncertainty is the one thing fear is programmed at its very core to avoid.
Gilbert has this other amazing insight. She says that while your creativity is totally unique, it's one of a kind, it's you, your fear is completely boring. It's a generic, mass-produced item. Every human being gets the same basic fear package. It's an ancient survival instinct, and honestly, it's not very smart.
Yeah, your fear is basically this overprotective, hyper-vigilant bodyguard. It can't tell the difference between the risk of, a saber-toothed tiger attack and the risk of maybe writing a bad first draft of a novel. To your fear, any trip into the unknown is a potential disaster. And this quote it nails it. That tension you feel between your creative spark and your fear, that's not a personal flaw. It's not a sign you're doing something wrong. It's a baked-in feature of being human. They're basically born together. Okay, so what do we do with all this? How do we actually use it? Well, when we combine Gilbert's road trip rules with the science of fear's bias, we can actually build a practical toolkit for keeping fear in its proper place.
So here's the game plan. First, you just acknowledge it. Say, hello, fear, welcome to the car, I see you.
Second, follow your curiosity. Curiosity is gentle, it's playful, it's the perfect antidote to fear. Third, you have to let go of perfectionism, which Gilbert calls fear and fancy shoes. Just get it done, don't worry about it being perfect. And finally, the golden rule. Fear gets a voice, but it never ever gets a vote.
And this matters so much because when you stop fighting this endless, unwinnable war against your own brain, you free up a huge amount of energy. You can stop spending all your time and focus defending yourself from yourself, and instead, you can collaborate with your creativity.
Gilbert has this belief that the universe buries these little jewels inside all of us, and then it stands back and watches to see if we'll have the courage to go looking for them. Those ideas, those treasures, they are actively hoping you'll say yes. They want to be found.
So I guess that's the real question, isn't it? Knowing that fear is always going to be in the car, knowing that it's always going to be shouting warnings from the back seat, and knowing that its only real power is the power you choose to give it. What road trip are you willing to take anyway?